Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of A Story and a Song. Um, if you have come back, if you are a returning customer, greatly appreciate it. That is awesome. Much gratitude. The song that I'm going to talk about and sing today is called "Be Brave." Um, Now, I wrote this song back in probably 2018 or 2019, and it's about my wife. We were dating at the time, and she was she was going through some things. She had retired from the army. She did 26 years. Had retired from the army, started another job that she enjoys, that she still does to this day. Um, and around that time, her daughter also decided to move out of the house, making her an empty nester. And she was she was depressed about that, because her identities had always been either what she was doing in the army, what her rank was, what her job was, and then the other thing that was part of her identity was being a mother and then a grandmother, because her daughter also had a child of her own. And when they left, she thought to herself, well, where does that leave me? Like, what am I? Now I'm just this woman that lives by herself. Because her and I weren't living together yet, and I still had an apartment. And so instead of her getting done with work and coming home and having to be a mom and a grandma, now she comes home and there's no one else there, and she just wasn't taking it very well. I think I was deployed at the time, and so we had plenty of conversations, spoke every night, and I kind of posed some of those questions. I asked, do you think this has something to do with what you've identified as far as being first a soldier and then a mother and then a grandmother? And she kind of, I think she realized that, yeah, that was the case. So she was able to move through it. She just couldn't understand, what do I do now? All of her time and effort and money and all that stuff would go into her daughter and her grandson. You know, he's definitely her favorite. The grandson, he is the favorite grandchild. Um, and she just couldn't figure out what she was supposed to do now. And I think we through talking through it, she realized that, well, yeah, I can be sad that my children, her son had already moved out, that my children don't live with me anymore. However, she was very proud that her daughter wanted to move out. Her daughter had met the man who's now her husband, and they decided that they wanted to go out and try to make it on their own. And as most kids should want to do, they should not want to be dependent on their parents forever. They decided that they wanted to make it on their own. And so my wife was happy about that, but also sad at the same time. But once she got into the routine of, okay, when I wake up in the morning, I'm not going to hear them talking. I'm not going to see, this little grandchild running through the house. But I can start doing things for myself now. And so she was able to do that. And they didn't move far away. We see them all the time. I mean, at least once a week. But she realized that now she could start living on her terms, and she could start doing stuff for herself and doing nice things for herself. And all of her time and effort doesn't have to go into them. She can focus on herself. And once she came to that realization, things got better. She was able to relax and accept that this is reality. And she was able to be proud. She was incredibly proud that, you know, her son had already moved out and gotten married and all that, and, you know, had a life of his own. And now her daughter was doing the same thing. They went out and they found a townhouse, decided that they were going to make it on their own, and they have. So she was incredibly proud. It was just painful in the moment. But I wrote this song one evening in my apartment, and it was just kind of about her circumstance and wanting her to be brave and get through it, because she's a tough chick, and I knew she would just be fine. So yeah, here we go. I'll watch you scream to the heavens, demanding answers no one should know. I see those tears flowing down your cheeks. You're wondering where you should go, but pick yourself up, pretty girl. This world will only beat you down. You have to be brave, pretty girl. Be the light that shows others the way. This pain is temporary, just a fleeting moment in time. Don't waste your tears as you crumble to pieces. You're worth so much more. But pick yourself up, pretty girl. This world will only beat you down. You have to be brave, pretty girl. Be the light right, so there you have Be Brave. Every part of your life is just a chapter. Every single thing that you do, as big and huge as it seems at that point in time, it's just a chapter. All of our lives are made up of small chapters. So no matter what you're going through, there's always a way to get through it. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys later.